slow Valle does. The referee seems not to think as much.
Okay, please. Wait a second. Time, give me a towel.
Time now to try to wipe a wet spot in the ring. So yeah, Santa was going to do Holyfield Akinwande before that cancellation.
Time it! Let's go!
Therefore, it's appropriate that he gets to do the next big fight here in New York, and this is it.
Valle has got something we got to point out. He's got willpower. He gets beat up, but he still maintains the aggression.
Jones's right hand landed on the shoulders. And Roy back in his conventional stance, but still with that unconventional game out of it. Roy just strafing Del Valle's belly with body shots.
Yeah, and if he lands too many more of those, Valle is going to go down because of it.
But Del Valle just missed with a left over the top and got butted in the eye. So their heads do come together, and it's Lou Valle who pays the price.
He has cut many times before. I thought I saw Roy sort of apologize to him. It obviously was not a deliberate butt, but this fight will not go on more than another round or two with a cut like that, it appears.
Well, you heard Harold Letterman saying that he thought Roy had switched southpaw to avoid that kind of butting. They were in the normal configuration with Valle fighting southpaw, Roy in his conventional stance, and boom, the heads came together. As had been the case once back in round number 2, before Roy went to the southpaw stance.
Accidental button. Watch him roll.
No. Stay together and listen to Joe.
Al Gavin, one of the very best cutmen alive, going to work for Lou Valle.
He's going to have to do as good a job as he's ever done before on an eye to make this one work.
Straight out. Hands up. Look at that eye. No, accidental.
Looks like a very, very bad cut.
I know. I got it. Okay. Watch this low goal.
Give us a shot, Doc.
Do your magic there, Al.
Well, let's take a look at the butt, Larry.
Now there you see left-hander against a right-hander. They both start to throw punches and come in at the same time. Result, blood on the floor.
Okay.
Blood on the eye.
Let's go. Boy, I gotta keep the head up. Sorry.
One of the unfortunate realities of the sport. All right, Harold, now we're past the midway point of the fight. What happens if the bout is stopped because of that cut?
Jim, beyond the 4th round, under the rules of the Association of Boxing Commissioners, if this fight is stopped because of that cut, we go to the scorecards. Whoever's ahead on the scorecards wins. They don't deduct any points, you know, from uncut guys or anything like that, but they will go to the scorecards in case the fight is stopped, you know, on account of that accidental headbutt.
And just to reaffirm, your scorecard's still a shutout, right?
Absolutely. 7 rounds to nothing, 70-63. So Jones is in a good position if they stop the fight.
And in the last round, Valle only threw 21 punches. That's after he threw 15 punches in the round before. He just hasn't been able to mount a consistent attack against Jones's body assault.
Well, his hope was, as I suggested earlier, Jim, frustrate Roy Jones, hope that he's in better shape and make something happen in the second fight. Doesn't look like that's going to work. He has to throw everything, all caution out, and try to get some damage in, make something happen here very quickly.
Good body punch again.
Valle literally cringing when Jones comes at him with the right hand to the body.
Jones is going to feint that straight right hand pretty soon and go straight up top, and he won't have any problem landing it.
You know, I don't remember before the Virgil Hill fight, Roy Jones throwing an awful lot of body punches, but he has suddenly discovered it and has fallen in love with the idea of throwing body punches.
Once you see those kind of returns, you have to go back to it.
Well, you know, he really developed a respect for Mike McCallum when he fought McCallum and spent time with McCallum before the fight. Maybe McCallum, one of the great body punchers in the last 25 years in the sport, said to him, Roy, your life would be so much easier if you do what I do.
Just box, fellas. Just box. Like that. That's it. Good job.
Good left hand by DeVal. Never before knocked down. Roy Jones cleanly knocked down on a straight left by Lou DeVal.
That's the hardest punch I've ever seen Roy Jones take. Del Valle is desperate, trying to make something happen, as we said earlier. He hurt Roy Jones.
He's been thinking all night Roy Jones is getting tired. Though he was being hurt, he kept the confidence that this guy's running out of steam.
Well, in his only loss, DeVal knocked down Virgil Hill with a straight left hand. Now in trouble against Roy Jones, he produces knockdown lightning again.
Now Roy Jones is doing an excellent job of holding on. There's nothing wrong with holding on.
It's professional, right?
Yeah, you go to your corner now. That stool should be in the corner before he gets there.
Del Valle earned the applause of his fans with that tremendous punch.
What a
More
shot.
than a tremendous punch.
What a shot.
Come ahead.
Just a devastating left hand.
All right.
A slam dunk.
Just keep your hand.
Here comes the knockdown. Roy turned his head. As you saw, he never had an idea the punch was coming because his head was turned away. Watch him turn away right there.
This is what happened when you get hit by a light heavyweight. He was a heavyweight by this time.
You know, we've often asked, what would Roy Jones do if he ever got in trouble, if he ever really got hurt? Perhaps we have a chance to see it tonight.
Well, as George pointed out, he showed the professionalism of knowing how to stop the clock, in effect, and hold on to get out of the round. Then he came back to the corner with triumphant body language. Let's see if he can go back to doing what he was doing.
Now he's going to have to use this jab, respect this guy, because that extra weight, DeVal has something left in these last few rounds.
Well, and we showed you DeVal put on 17 pounds since the weigh-in and came here tonight at 192, 8 pounds more than Jones, who weighed 184. Aha! There's a wet spot there, and that is exactly the spot at which Jones went down. Not to say that it wasn't a great punch by DeVal, but there is a wet spot. No, Jim, it's on the far side of the ring, over there.
Let's go.
I don't think they got the wet spot.
And the wet spots are going to affect Roy Jones most because he's spreading his legs so far apart and expecting to be able to jump up and move.
And also, he's the one that's making the ring wet. Look at the water dripping from his trunks, Jim.
Harold, wet spot comment?
Okay, Jim, look. Alton Murchison is soaking Roy Jones down in between rounds. I mean, he came out with those trunks soaking. The executive director of the State Athletic Commission, Tony Russo, is in the corner right now with Alton Murchison chewing him out. The reason they're slipping is because Jones has got so much water in those trunks that it's dripping off. There's water all over the ring, and they're slipping on the wet spots. Tony Russo has given it to Alton Murchison with both barrels right now.
Well done, Harold. Russo thought his hardest job tonight was going to be to clear the ring before the referee's instructions.
There's that slippery ring again affecting Roy Jones. DeVal should be working his jab, forgetting everything else. That punch will come again.
Jones going back to working straight rights and not to the body now. He's going right at Lou DeVal's bruised and bleeding left eye.
Al Gavin must have done some job on that eye to keep Del Valle in the fight. And Roy Jones has not exploited it up to now.
He has not tried to land one shot on that eye, which I think is really professional. He wanted to win, and he wanted to win easily. Didn't want to go for a cut.
There are a handful of brilliant cutmen in the sport. You saw the miracle that Joe Souza put together with Arturo Gatti here in the Garden a couple of years ago against Wilson Rodriguez. Souza's one of them. Gavin is certainly another.
Let go, Louie. Let go, Louie. Good job. Good job.
Roy dealt with the knockdown by being just a little bit more cautious.
All right, we're going to the 10.
You gotta wipe it down real good. I want you to come out.
Don't worry about trying to hit this taker with no big shot. Let's hit him with a lot of small shots. He took some good shots, okay? Put the towel on his shoulders, man. On his shoulders. Okay?
Go ahead again.
He got you.
I'm good.
Okay? This will do. We got 3 more rounds. We got to get about them big shots. Just touch him on the way. We hit him
Send off, then feint with it and use the left hand. All right, baby, come on. Just like in the gym. Deep breath. Doing beautiful. Beautiful. Use those hands, though. Lost that round. Use those hands, baby. You gotta use those hands. Those hands up and use the jab. Work on this round. This round.
Well, unless there's something unusual going on with the scoring, Duval shouldn't have to worry too much about whether he's winning rounds. Jones should have that situation well in hand. But the first fight was scored much more closely by the official judges than would have been the case here among us at ringside. And let's see how Harold Letterman has it going into the 10th of a scheduled 12. Harold?
I got Roy way ahead. 88-82, 8 rounds to 1, Roy Jones Jr. I think he's in complete control of this fight outside of that 8th round when he got trapped. You know, he just keeps landing his stronger, harder punches. Louis got to pick up the action and try and get him out of here. But I'll tell you something, in that corner again, Berkeley was taking up water and dumping it over Roy Jones's head, and he's doing the same thing, soaking that ring down. Hope somebody doesn't fall on their face, Jim. But Roy Jones is out punching him.
All right. Lou Duval's never had a knockout beyond the 8th round. He probably needs one now. Jones looking down at wet canvas underneath his feet.
I think that Roy Jones fell asleep in that round. He got knocked down. Now he's alert. He was counting on the referee, maybe looking at this guy's eye too much.
And he certainly started to do what you suggested. When he was landing those straight rights to the body, you said he was going to come upstairs soon. Now he has made that change.
It was time to do that. But Duval has got no respect for Roy Jones' power. Doesn't matter how hard he hits him, he comes right back and try to get one in.
Well, but not often enough to throw punches in bunches. I mean, Duval is still throwing 20, 25 punches around. It's not an activity level that's going to win rounds for him.
Well, at this point, he's looking for a knockout, no doubt about it. He knows now that he has the power to put this guy down. Every time the referee stops this fight for any reason, it's the Roy Jones advantage. Stops the action for anything. Roy Jones benefit.
Time! Fix this.
And this is going to be a loose tape on the glove situation. So Jim Santa with a lot of situations to deal with tonight in a very active evening of refereeing. I kind of like the work that Santa does. I particularly like the way he apprises the fighters carefully as to how much time is left in each round.
He's a good referee. There's been some good referees tonight, period.
Well, Mercanti Jr. learned from his dad.
Sometimes when someone hits you with a straight left like Duval did earlier, Roy Jones should adjust his defense. Bring his hand a little closer to his face.
Box your way out. Let's go. Let go, Roy. Let go, Roy.
He haven't done as much. So that punch is still there for Duval.
Jones smiling at trainer Alton Merkerson as he clinched momentarily there with Duval. Jones landing the straight rights now, foregoing the body punching, which sustained him throughout most of the fight. Duval trying for another one, a straight left of his own, and just missing.
It's there all night for him because Roy Jones has not adjusted his defense. And Duval hit him with a good straight left a minute ago that did shake him a little bit.
You think Roy's just too arrogant to adjust his defense?
Let go, Louis. Let go, Louis.
You think he's just too arrogant to adjust his defense?
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it.
Next month, Boxing After Dark returns with the exciting Arturo Gatti. Just mentioned him a little while ago, facing Ivan Robinson in a lightweight matchup, and junior middleweight sensation Fernando Vargas taking on Jose Antonio Rivera. Saturday, August 22 on HBO. Fernando Vargas, if you have not seen him, you book this day right now and make sure that you see Boxing After Dark because you must see Vargas.
Vaseline, don't worry about it. You're still going to be a movie actor and a champion with 2 belts.
How's that eye? How's that eye? Okay.
Never mind.
Wipe his face a little bit.
You okay?
Get a little off his face.
Okay, pull the stuff. Let's go.
Okay, wipe it down. Good job.
I don't think I've ever seen a corner do a better job on an eye, because that was really, really an ugly cut.
It was a deep cut. Well, we've covered Gavin with glory, and deservedly so, for the work he's done in keeping Lou DeVal in the fight. And remember, the knockdown occurred after the cut.
You know, the stoppage of the action really benefits Roy Jones. I don't know why they don't get there and tie that glove up and keep it tied.
Come on.
Taped up correctly. Every time they have to stop in action, Roy Jones refreshes himself. And you don't want a Roy Jones refreshed.
You know, early on in the fight, Roy was trying to put some serious hurt on DeVal. We heard that rap song, the KO in 2 rounds. It appears now that he is satisfied to go home with the victory. If he gets a big opening, he might take it, but he's not pressing the point anymore.
And surely the DeVal contingent will lobby for a rematch. Oh, maybe not. Straight right hand landed for Jones, and another delay. This one may have helped DeVal.
Stay with there. Time. Let's go.
Well, those delays should have refreshed Roy Jones, I'm telling you.
Let's go.
Every time a delay comes, Roy Jones get a little energy.
Okay, time in.
That's the 5th delay I count. Given Roy's unorthodox style, given DeVal's left-handed style.
Same punch that knocked him down a moment ago, he gets caught with again.
And you're right, he still hasn't adjusted his defense.
You got to adjust your defense. You just can't go to your corner and your corner agrees with you. You got to give you some kind of instruction.
But just as DeVal has been able to land hard lefts, Jones is able to come back with hard rights. DeVal jumping off the canvas to try to protect himself against body shots.
Which is why.
I haven't seen you do that, George. The day I see you jumping off the canvas.
The day you see me jump.
You think he's trying to make the body punch land low by jumping up over it?
Well, it throws Roy Jones off like a moving target. Roy Jones is trying to mix it up, but this does not benefit Roy Jones to mix it up with this big guy. This guy has shown that he has power. It's a matter of just picking that right hand up and just putting it on the opposite side of your face. You don't get caught anymore.
Let go, Louie. Come on, Roy. Get your arms back. That's it, fellas. Good job. Good job. Okay, no punches, no punches. Step back.
This has been another low-activity round for DeVal, with the exception of the one hard straight left hand that he landed. Hasn't had a chance to throw many punches.
Come on, let go.
Jones with a much bigger punch output and landing consistently with straight right hands.
Step back. Come on, guys.
Well, I don't think Roy Jones Jr. expected to go 12 rounds tonight.
One more round, baby.
No, I think he came out as RJ early in the fight, but he's Roy Jones at this point in the fight.
I thought you slipped.
I did kind of slip, but
You did.
it was a good damn shot.
It was a killing.
Who's water? I want to hear it again. Water. Use those hands. Water, Victor. Use those hands. All right. Hands up. Use them. When you're getting off, he's backing up. Right. Okay? Use them. Okay? You heard him before. You'll do it again. Water, Victor. Water. Come on, lady.
Relax.
Look at it. Shit. All right.
Let him go a little bit those hands. Don't let him control the pace.
Well, the Valle is in the position that David Reed was in during the Olympics, hoping that one big punch can turn around the result.
12th of a scheduled 12. Lou DeVal needs a big left hand to score the upset victory over Roy Jones.
Protect yourself.
Jones needs to hope that he's not going to be victimized by a hometown Garden Side decision against him. But these are WBC judges, not New York judges.
Okay, let go, let's go. Pay attention, Roy, pay attention.
Jones taking a lot of chances. He's been a little extra courteous. Anything can happen in a minute, in 2 minutes. DeVal's corner told him, you got that straight left hand over earlier. You can do it again.
Watch it, watch your head. Watch your head, Louis. Louis, watch your head. Come on. Come on, let go. Let's watch. Let go, Roy. Come on, Roy.
Well, whatever else he gets out of this fight, guys, he'll be able to relive that knockdown of Roy Jones for the rest of his life.
Man, it was like a slam dunk. Body slam, I mean.
First time Jones has ever been knocked down in a professional fight. And he's halfway now to Oscar De La Hoya's total. De La Hoya's been knocked down twice, much earlier in his career.
And DeVal can boast. I had him down, and did I have him down good?
I had him down in New York in front of all my buddies.
Oh, this will be a moral victory for Del Valle in his hometown because of the high expectations anytime Roy Jones comes into the ring, because of his reputation as the best fighter in the world south of the heavyweight division.
Is holding on. This is not what he wanted to do in 42 seconds left.
Let's go.
Well, because of their unorthodox styles, George, it's almost like two guys trying to converse in different languages sometimes. They just sort of fall all over each other.
Yeah, it's happening over and over.
A couple of rounds ago, you heard Cutman Al Gavin tell Lou DeVal, it's okay, you're still going to be a movie star and a world champion with 2 belts. Well, maybe he'll be a movie star.
You never know about these judges. You got to win these boxing matches. You got to win them with the guy on the canvas.
Well, Roy Jones is closing the show.
DeVal apparently too exhausted to do much in the last couple minutes of that round. The tall gentleman talking to Lou DeVal. That's Al Gavin, the cut man who heroically kept DeVal in the fight and gave him his chance to knock Roy Jones down.
Let him breathe. Let him breathe. Let him get that in. Let him get that in. Let him get that in.
Harold Letterman, your final scorecard.
Jim, 118, 109, 11 rounds to 1. Roy Jones Jr. I just thought, you know, the story is he outpunched him. I mean, he's just too great an athlete, but it certainly was, you know, a Rocky I story for Louis Del Valle. He went the distance. Nobody thought he'd go the distance. Amazing that he takes such a great punch, you know. And, I mean, I thought Roy did, you know, most of his shtick for us. I like that walk-away move that he stole from Jersey Joe Walcott. He walks away, turns around and whacks him. The shuffling of the feet. I mean, I think we saw it all tonight. Just about the wobbling of the knees. I mean, he did everything to Louis Del Valle but shoe shine him. So, Roy Jones with a decisive victory.
You got a big laugh from George, Harold. And
no, because he was telling it like it is.
There are millions at home having just as good a time as you're having. George, highlights of the fight. In early action, Roy Jones was able to dominate with greater punch output, He landed straight right hands. He went to a conventional stance and landed left crosses out of that conventional stance. He landed the right upstairs and downstairs and dominated through rounds 3, 4, 5, and 6 with stylish action like that. Right hands to the body, lifting Duval off the canvas. Then in the 7th round, the unfortunate moment when their heads came together and the horrible cut that ensued over Duval's left eye. And then in the 8th round, Roy Jones knocked down for the first time ever on a straight left hand from Duval that landed right on the button. But Jones was able to come back from that and get the better of his man in the closing rounds. And we'll now see if the judges saw it the way we did. Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the Budweiser scorecards. Fred Ucci scores the bout 118 to 109. Marty Denkin has it 118 to 109. And Dwayne Ford scores it 119 to 108 for the winner, who is now the unified WBC, WBA light heavyweight champion of the world. And he is Roy Jones Jr.
So it turns out to be a lopsided unanimous decision, as one judge has it even more one-sidedly than Harold did.
Harold did a great job this time.
Harold called this number. Well, Harold always does a great job, George. Sometimes the other guys don't do as good a job.
I knew him when he was young, and he was doing a good job. But this is a
Harold,
great
you
job.
don't think he's still young?
Yeah. Okay.
By your standards, he is. So Jones celebrating.
I deserve that.
You doggone right you did. I heard you were going to fight somebody when you were 50, but I don't know. Final punch stat numbers. Jones landing 233 out of 483. Duval 113 out of 286. And it's as simple as that. That's the reason why Jones won a lopsided decision on the final scorecards. Particularly the body punching with the right hand. Very effective throughout the fight.
He had his old friend Mullins to come in and help him. He
had Keith Mullins, the 154-pound world champion,
that this fight
sparred with him getting ready for the fight. And you can see that Jones threw 132 jabs. I wonder how many were southpaw jabs thrown with the right hand and how many were conventional stance jabs with the left hand. Probably pretty evenly split. Good jab landing percentage for Jones at 43%. Tough to do that against a southpaw. Let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Roy. You got more belts than Saks Fifth Avenue hanging on you tonight, but that was, well, you describe it. You wanted to go out there and get him quickly, but he was very tough to get.
Well, I really wasn't going to be. First of all, I take time out and thank God for giving me everything I got. And still the baddest man on the planet. But that's why I don't want to fight sparring partners. Sparring partners know you. Eventually, they've learned enough where they can catch up with you and catch you with something good. He caught with a good shot, but I'm a true champion. I won't stop. I won't quit my heart.
Everybody wanted to see how Roy Jones was going to deal with some kind of adversity one of these days, and you finally had it when he knocked you down. What was that like for you?
I was shocked. I was like, dang, that's a real good shot. You know, I looked at the shot. Boom, caught with a good left hand. I said, oh, my goodness, that's a good shot. And my foot really slid off from under me. And I said, okay, you know, I'll take this. I've been knocked down. You know, I'll take that. That's the first time for everything. I kind of expected something like that to happen when you fight a sparring partner, because sparring partners know so much about you. That's why I always vowed to myself I would never fight a sparring partner. But when it comes down to showing the world who's the best, pound for pound, you know, I had to go out and do my thing. He had something I wanted. I don't have a WBA belt in my collection. Now I do.
How did that feel? I mean, were you hurt? Were you buzzed?
It was a stunning shot, you know, and then it have you just, you know, it's like a flash knockdown. You get dazed, and actually, believe it or not, I had a premonition of that. I said I was probably going to get knocked down in this fight because he knew me so well, and I said, watch, if I get like a days, I might get knocked down. And I remember just saying that no matter what happens, when you get knocked down, get up and keep fighting with all your heart. You know the kid knows you, but you got the biggest heart in boxing. You're the man. Keep going, and that's what I did.
Early in the fight, you switched to southpaw. Why?
Because I knew he knew my right-handed stuff too well. So I turned southpaw. I confused him a lot. I put a lot on his mind. It'll be something that he's not used to seeing. It was a confidence killer. It killed his confidence to see me come out there and turn southpaw.
When he was cut, when your heads collided, it would look like a really bad cut. It looked like the fight could not go on very long, especially if you would try to exploit it, but you never seemed to go after it.
No, I wasn't going to try to go after the cut, because going after the cut is what caused you to run into a big shot, you know what I'm saying? If I would have got anxious and overreacted, I ran right into something big. I ran into a big shot anyway. Just